This amazing condominium. So you're wondering, why am I in the master bedroom? Because my guys were so smart. They sat down with the builder, and when they bought this condo, this used to be a 2-bedroom and a den. So imagine, there used to be a wall here, and this was a small den and a small master bedroom. And they said, we want way more space. So they blew out the wall, put this huge wall-to-wall closet unit in, and made this ginormous master bedroom, which is awesome. We also have a second bedroom, which can be a home office, guest room. They have their own bathroom. I love these plans because they're a split level plan. If you ever want it as a rental, it's great because you live on that side, I live on this side with my own bathroom, and we share the middle. And it's a great open concept, breakfast bar, wood floors, stainless steel appliances, and the deck goes the whole length of the unit. You can have quite the party out there. This building rocks. It's got a gym, games room, lounge, guest suites, lots of visitor parking. And we are in such a great location because you know what? Go over the DVP and you're in Leslieville. Go up and you're in Queen East. You've got Corktown, you've got the St. Lawrence Market, walkable, you've got the Distillery District. Get on the Gardiner, drive anywhere up the DVP, Gardiner to the airport. It's such a great location. So look, go to stusells.ca, see all the photos, the virtual tour, the videos, and give me, Stu, a call and come for a private tour.
Hello folks, good morning and welcome back to continuing coverage of the Stu Sells Toronto Tankard live on curling.com, sportsnet.ca and World Curling TV. John Cullen with you once again, and I'm all by myself this morning calling the game, so if you want to talk to me in the chat, ask me some questions, I'll be more than happy to hang out with you this morning. We're in for a dandy. This is a quarterfinal match in the men's bracket, Team Glenn Howard versus Team John Shuster. And as you can see from that pan shot that you're looking at right now, all 8 sheets are full as we have both the men's and ladies quarterfinals running concurrently. So I will be doing my best to keep you updated about all of the action from all 8 sheets out here. But of course, our feature sheet is John Shuster and Glenn Howard, and they're already underway here. Matt Hamilton with the hair flowing in the wind here.
Gotta go, Chris, anything roll there.
And so it'll be Glenn Howard continuing to lie one with the hammer.
End up here.
Of course, neither of these teams needing much introduction, but we will meet the teams all the same. Team Glenn Howard, second David Mathers getting ready to throw right now. Of course, Glenn Howard, the skip of this team, is son Scott at third. And rounding out the foursome is Tim March at lead. And over on Team Shuster, of course, skipped by John Shuster, 2018 Olympic gold medalist. Third is Chris Plies. Second, who we just saw throw, Matt Hamilton, and lead John Landsteiner.
Probably this, huh? Yeah. To make that over the top, it's got to be like here or here. The control?
So a bit of a miss there from David Mathers. Will open the door for Shuster to lie 3 here without hammer.
Weight's good. Whoa, close. Whoa, yep. Whoa, whoa, Chris, hard, gotta go, go, keep going.
And unfortunately, that yellow does not get out at the back, so
You get that?
a couple yellows hanging on for Glenn Howard.
Either one.
As I said, we've got 8 games happening right now. In men's quarterfinal action, we've got Pat
Just a ball,
Ferris
hair more.
facing off against
Same weight.
Schuster's fellow Americans, Corey Dropkin. Beside them, we've got Jonathan Buke playing Brad Gushu. On the other side of our feature sheet, we've got Jason Gunlickson playing John Epping. And then in ladies' quarterfinal action, Holly Duncan faces off against Jacqueline Harrison in an all-Ontario battle on sheet 5. Beside them, it's Winnipeg's Mackenzie Zacharias against Yellowknife Northwest Territories' Carrie Galusha.
Good sweeping. Good sweeping.
As David Mathers makes that nice hit, and it's Team Glenn Howard lying 2. Beside Galusha on sheet 7, all the way from Switzerland, Irene Shorey facing off against Danielle Inglis. And then rounding it out on the end sheet, sheet 8, Lauren Mann facing off against Shannon Jay. So as I said, I'll do my best as these games go on to keep you updated on all the scores from around the rink. So Chris Ply is looking for a double here.
Close. Whoa. Lance. Whoa. Yeah, keep going, Lance. Hard. Matt, watch your roll. Atta boy.
Great shot from Chris Plies. And now it's Schuster lying 2.
I don't know. Are they 2? They are. Either that or that. That's the best shot, eh? Yeah. Do you want to try and make it? Yep. Yeah. Okay. D-grade is normal down, right?
So Scott Howard's first
Yep.
here in the first.
Real
And
hard.
Tim March is on this right away. This looks
Real
like it's
hard.
curling a mile.
Hard, Tim.
Can Tim get it by this
Hard,
center
Tim.
guard? He can,
Oh, God.
but Glenn Howard says it all there. As Scott gets a little tight on that one, and it's Schuster lying 2 without hammer.
Got to be like even, so just full 8 foot or all the way back here, but so full 8.
So Steiner's really came down, but there's been a few more rocks thrown there now, so I think we're all of 15.
Okay.
So Chris Plies made a dandy on his first, and we'll be
Nice
looking
little
to
ad.
get behind cover here.
Line's tight. Yep. Just Matt then. Hard. No choice. Got to go, Matt.
Nice look at our cable cam.
Okay, well, yep. Well, we can go all the way.
Trying to do our best here on curling.com to bring you the best coverage we can, and that's a fun little addition for this event, the cable cam. You'll see a few shots from that as this game goes on.
You guys like this? Okay. Room. You're heavy, heavy, heavy. Room. Heavy.
Sweepers think this one might be a bit heavy.
Tim.
But as we've seen, once these rocks start to curl, they do come down quite a bit. And that one comes down pretty nicely. A little bit heavier than Scott Howard wanted to throw, but it is Team Glenn Howard lying shot.
Yeah. Okay. It's like if you get out here, they don't go, and if you get in here, they go crazy. So it's kind of like, I think that'll get there with half.
Okay.
And those cable cam shots are brought to you by Runback, the official curling apparel of curling.com.
I think we're inside the track where it'll curl, because there's where your second one was, gets out there that doesn't curl, but don't hack.
Okay.
Oh, Matt, get ready.
Oh, let it grab.
Matt, go. Go, Matt.
Go ahead, Matty.
It's going right by it. Hard, Matt, go.
Hard, Matt.
You're wasting your time, though, I think. It's not close, Matt.
Okay,
Just let it go.
okay.
You're fine.
So John Shuster just a little heavy and perhaps a little positive. But that one is not close, and this is a great opportunity for Team Glenn Howard to stack two behind a center guard with Hammer here
No, I can't nose that.
in the first.
I still want to give him a double.
Big miss from John Schuster.
Oh, which turn? I can use either turn. Okay, let's go into it.
Yeah. Where's perfect spot? Right here?
I think so.
That's the classic.
Like that?
It's the classic skip move.
It's just hard. You put it here.
Upset that you miss a shot, you go reorganize the rocks.
Speed's good.
I've seen that a few times before. Oh, maybe if I reorganize these rocks back here, it'll make me feel better.
I think over curl. Unless we line it up perfect on the back ones, which is really hard to do. It's real good. It's right up here, isn't it? Okay. Just basically right to the, almost to the yellow, but over Tim's way. Get behind the yet red one.
So you can hear from Glenn Howard, he's trying to get behind this center guard, but he'd love to over curl this a bit so that it's overlapping on Tim March's side, the left as we're looking at it. Sweepers like the weight.
Room. Line's
We'll see
okay.
if
Like
Glenn
to see it
can
stop, though.
get it to the spot where he wanted. Looks pretty close.
Dave, you gotta go. Yep. Keep going. Gotta bounce it.
And he will. So perfect shot from Glenn Howard, getting a little bit of separation there. And
This, right?
now it's decision time for John Schuster.
Yeah.
I mean,
Wants to avoid giving up three here, that's for sure.
maybe. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
if I just do this, it's a tough deuce. But you like this?
Yeah.
Yeah. Pretty good. Could come off that one too, but. Well, even if we just get off it, it's all he's got to do. If I nut the one is just draw 4 foot for two. It's probably equally as easy, honestly.
So there's just enough separation between the two Glenn Howard stones that John Schuster could make them both go away, but he needs to make a really good run back here to do it. Final stone
Close. Whoa.
in the first for John Schuster.
One, please.
And he gets one of them. So a really nice shot from Scott Howard on his last, and one followed up by his dad on his first, and it'll be a free draw to the 4 foot for two for Glenn Howard here in the first.
Yeah. I felt like I threw a limit, but it's pretty close. I'll give you the same weight. Yeah. Whoa, 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 it's a hair more. Hair more.
Where are you? Oh, yeah.
So Tim March will clean it in there. And that's a fairly simple deuce for Glenn Howard in the end. So he makes use of that first end hammer and puts 2 on the board. You're watching the Stu Sells Toronto Tankard. We'll be back right after this.
Here at Red Arena, we are trying to help people through equine therapy. Working with the veterans has been a very amazing experience. Our little motto that we always say is empowerment through horses. I love what I do. I'm just happy to be a part of it.
I'm a little bit of a nerd when it comes to landscaping. I've studied soil down to the microbes. It's that level of detail I bring to my work and to my business. Straight lines and a healthy ecosystem is what I'm all about.
Line's a hair tighter.
Hello, folks. Welcome back to the continuing coverage of the Stu Sells Toronto Tankard live on curling.com.
Line's real good.
John Cullen with you this morning, riding solo
Real close.
for this cross-border battle between Team John Shuster and Team Glenn Howard.
You can go.
This is men's quarterfinal action here at the Tankard.
Me too.
So it was a bit of a back and forth first end,
Shot. Yeah, that's
but a couple nice shots from Team Glenn Howard sealed the deal, and they got 2 with hammer. Nothing too notable going on in terms of scoreboards elsewhere in the club, but I can tell you that it's Team Gushu out to an early 3-0 lead over Team John Buke. It's, of course, one of our other men's quarterfinals.
Whoa, Matt, go ahead. Matt, go ahead. Matt, go.
all right. Little hack waiter, yeah.
We'll be showing the ladies' semifinals at noon today, noon Eastern. And then we'll have live coverage of the men's final for you at 3:30 p.m. So we'll have a bunch more action today coming your way from Oakville. Of course, this is the Toronto Tankard, but being played in Oakville this year. Normally, fans of the game will know this tournament generally held at the High Park Curling Club in Toronto, but unfortunately, due to some circumstances beyond their control, they were unable to open in time for this event this year. They're not going to be opening the club until later in October, and so Oakville graciously stepped up and has provided us with a fantastic surface for all these curlers to play on.
Wait's good.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Close. Whoa. Chris. Hard, Chris. Hard. Steiner's gonna roll like a foot probably only.
bunch of the curlers have been telling me how great this ice has been. Scott Foster and his whole crew here is really doing a phenomenal job. Oakville's hosted quite a few tournaments. In fact, Glenn Howard hasn't played a tournament outside of Oakville this year, aside from, of course, the direct entry Canadian Olympic Trials event. So this is Glenn Howard's fourth event in Oakville.
Gotta go.
They lost the final of the Oakville Fall Classic to Jonathan Buke all the way back in August. And then they lost the semifinals at the Labor Day Classic also to Buke. Then they lost the semifinal at the Stu Cells Oakville Tankard back in September. And then now they're here in Oakville again for the Toronto Tankard. So been here so long, they're starting to put butt grooves in the seats up here in the lounge at the Oakville Curling Club.
Close. Whoa. Close.
And Matt Hamilton just missing that run back. And for John Shuster, been a bit of a slower start to the year. Obviously, they're gearing up for their U.S. Olympic trials in November, and Team Howard was trying to get their season started a little earlier because of that pre-trials, or well, I guess the direct entry event, the pre-trials, as it were.
Really got a curl, Tim.
So this is only John Schuster's second event.
Getting better.
They played in Blaine, Minnesota back in September at the Curve U.S. Open of Curling, losing the semifinal there to Scott Dunham. But they've had a nice run here at the Toronto Tankard, including, if you've been watching the streams this week, including a 7-ender on stream against Jonathan Buke. They played just an unbelievable end and hung up a 7 on the board.
Yep. Hard. Hard. Out of way. Shot, Chris.
And so they were looking for all 3 yellows there, but Chris Plies will get rid of 2 of them.
Elite. Just like a rock over, though. Yeah,
Jason Gunlickson out to an early lead in his game against John Epping, scoring 2 in the first end. So they lead Epping 2-0. Epping has hammer.
I don't think it's that bad, boys. If it's heavy, off. Got to curl a bit. Got to curl a bit, boys. Got to curl a bit. Got to. Tim's rock.
Right here.
Oh,
Top
line's
four,
good,
top
line's
four,
good.
not deep. I don't want deep.
Just let it stop, boys. Let it stop. Let it stop.
Scott. Curl.
I guess make the double, huh?
You make the double and stay.
So ideally, Glenn Howard would have, well, Scott Howard would have had that rock curl a little bit more and stay a little bit higher, so this double's not as easy as it is. So a chance for Chris Plies to get Schuster out of this end and bring a blank into play.
Whoa. Yep. Yep. Hard. Hard. Hard, Lancer. Whoa. Oh, wait.
And that's as calm as you like from Chris Plies. Just a nice little control weight double. And yes, I can see in the chat John mentioning our sheet B is also now live. We don't have any audio over there, but we do have coverage of the game between Mackenzie Zacharias and Carrie Galusha. So if you'd like to watch that, it's available on our channel. Just go to curling.live on YouTube and you'll see the women's quarterfinal available there. So you can have a dual box going this morning with 2 videos up. 2 great games. So we're into the skips rocks here. Glenn Howard just looking to make an open hit.
Whoa. Okay, whoa, Dave a hair. You can go a hair, yep. Shot, good call, boys.
And no problem for Glenn.
Doesn't feel heavy. It's sliding so good.
Maybe, I don't think trying to roll this way.
No, I don't think that's good.
I think I can just throw control like Matt
Okay.
did.
So the worry
As soon
for
as they know we're
Shuster, I
skating,
think,
we
is
can
if you
try
ever
and roll
tried
that
to
way, but
roll
yeah.
behind that pile of corners, there's two risks. The first one is if you get behind them all, Glenn Howard probably has a freeze to force you to one.
Same thing you threw, Matt.
And if you roll over there but not
Try to
quite
roll it
fully
your
buried,
way. We'll make sure you stay with it, though.
then Glenn Howard will be able to get inside and bury himself, and then you're getting forced. So Shuster will just accept the blank here, just trying to hit and stick or maybe roll a little bit to the wings. One thing Shuster can't afford to do here is roll out, because then Glenn Howard will have the opportunity to get behind those corners.
Matt, go ahead.
Holy Christ. I'm not even hitting the damn thing. Keep going, Matt. I'm seeing that so bad right now.
And John Shuster maybe realizing I don't have a broadcast partner up here, filling in the gaps for me perfectly. Saying that he's really not seeing that intern very well. That's the second in a row that he's maybe got popped out a little bit positively. And so Shuster did the thing I said he was avoiding doing, because now it'll allow Glenn Howard to get buried behind these corners and possibly force John Shuster into one
Which
here.
rock, red one, was his first shot? Which one was it? The one rock's the closest to me. The 8 rocks past it. Yeah, right. Feels like that's a ton, but we can't afford to tick them. Okay. Do you? Okay. It should break early. What do you think for speed? Okay.
So it's Glenn Howard, his last rock without hammer, and
Easy, Tim.
just looking to get behind a pile of corner guards to force Shuster to one.
Can you go, Dave? 14 should be through the
Both sweepers are fully backed off of this. And this does not look like it's going to slow down. So a couple uncharacteristic misses from both of these skips.
I mean, I could probably throw this with normal.
Yeah, I mean, you can play it soft too this way.
Well, yeah. I mean, we could just throw it through and try to build a deuce the regular way. But what do you think, Matt? No, I know that's right.
Yeah.
So
I think so too.
just, like I said, we can build an end better.
So they took a quick look at that triad of red guards over there to see if there was a way to maybe split something in for two. I think the split is there. You could hit the top of the triangle there, just sort of into the middle of those two reds, and then roll your shooter into the rings. But would be a difficult shot, and as Matt Hamilton said, you'd never want to take one. And it's not an easy shot, so you're more likely to take one than you are to get two. So the team smartly decides to throw this one through the rings and take the blank.
That was a good throw.
So they'll take the blank and they'll take the hammer with them to the third end. But it is Glenn Howard leading 2-0. You're watching the Stu Sells Toronto Tankard live on curling.com.
Here at Red Arena, we are trying to help people through equine therapy. Working with the veterans has been a very amazing experience. Our little motto that we always say is empowerment through horses. I love what I do. I'm just happy to be a part of it.
a little bit of a nerd when it comes to landscaping. I've studied soil down to the microbes. It's that level of detail I bring to my work and to my business. Straight lines and a healthy ecosystem is what I'm all about.
Asham Curling Supply.
Superior fit, comfort, and performance. Asham curling shoes are the best we've ever used.
Hi folks, I'm Arnold Asham, and our product is always satisfaction guaranteed or your money back.
Asham Curling Supplies.
That's your best delivery of the day.
A little softer outer release center. Look.
Good morning, folks, and welcome back to continuing coverage of the Stew Cells Toronto Tankard live on curling.com, sportsnet.ca, and World Curling TV. John Cullen with you once again, all by my lonesome this morning, bringing you the action, men's quarterfinal action between Glenn Howard and John Shuster, and it's been a bit of a not cagey start, but maybe a little bit of a slow start, particularly for Team John Shuster, just trying to get their legs under them a little bit here. Glenn Howard putting up 2 in the first end, and they ended up blanking the second after a couple mistakes from the 2 skips. So we'll see if this end brings us maybe a little bit more action and a few more made shots. And that will just come into the rings.
Does that change anything, guys? It's in. You want to hit it, or you still want to?
Hit it.
Yeah, I do too.
Definitely hit it.
You throw normal.
So with Tim March's rock slipping into the rings here, gives an opportunity for John Landsteiner to flash his power. Rare occasion for a lead to be throwing a double, but John Landsteiner will be looking to make it happen as we get a nice shot here from the run back cable cam. And just misses, but it will leave a center guard up for Team Shuster.
I don't mind that. I don't mind that.
So we got a lot of ones on the board in the ladies' games. One nothing for Mackenzie Zacharias over Carrie Galusha. 1-0 for Danielle Inglis over Irene Shorey. And 1-0 for Lauren Mann over Shannon Jay.
Wait's good.
Although Joanne Rizzo drawing for 2 here against Mackenzie Zacharias. And she will make it. So Team Galusha will take a 2-1 lead into the third end. Mackenzie Zacharias will have hammer. Of course, that game being streamed right now as well, our Sheet B coverage. Just go to curling.live on YouTube and you'll see the stream there if you want to watch 2 games at the same time this morning. We have no audio over there, but have HD quality coverage of that game. So back to our feature game here between Shuster and Howard. Matt Hamilton looking to make a double.
Chris. Hard, Chris. Hard.
And he won't quite do so. And so we might be heading for another blank here as Glenn Howard heads up to peel the corner.
Yep. Hard. Hard.
I kind of think so too. We're gonna get forced.
Why?
Because if we do that, you're right, we can do the guard.
What do you want to do? Nose it?
Kind of.
No.
John Shuster using all of his voting shares in the team to override the front end's decision. They're just worried that Team Glenn Howardstone is in a really good position. So if they throw a corner guard at some point, Glenn Howard could decide to guard the one on the center and they might get forced.
Make sure it's good enough they knows that we can get around it and still have it be something. So. Good, I like it way over there. Good. Long way to roll.
Glenn Howard not interested in center guarding, so he'll head up to peel this. I was talking to John Shuster last night, and he was telling me the next thing they're really focused on right now is the U.S. mixed doubles trials. So in Canada, we have our mixed doubles trials, of course, after the main Olympic trials. But in the U.S., they do it before, so they're coming up in a couple weeks. And quite a few players out on the ice today are involved in this, and everyone on John Shuster's team is in the mixed doubles trials except for John Landsteiner. So John Shuster playing with fellow U.S. skip Corey Christensen. Chris Plies is playing with Vicky Persinger. And Matt Hamilton, of course, playing with his sister Becca. They were the U.S. mixed doubles champions in 2018 and represented their country in South Korea. So they'll be looking to repeat that feat coming up in a couple weeks. 10 teams at the mixed doubles trials. So we'll keep an eye there and see who comes out of there. And I apologize. Kerry Galusha ended up only scoring one. They had a rock that they thought was on the rings. So Joanne Rizzo drew for two, and then when they got the biter stick out, it turned out that it was not. So unfortunate for Team Galusha because they could have blanked had they known that that rock was out of the house. But instead, Joanne Rizzo drew, and so they ended up scoring one. So that game is 1-1. Mackenzie Zacharias with the hammer playing the second. In men's action, John Epping putting up a 3 in the second end. So Epping currently leads Gunlickson 3-2. Gunlickson with the hammer. They're playing the third. In the Gushu-Buke game, Buke was only able to pull one back against Gushu. So Gushu is up 3-1 with the hammer playing the third. And just next door to Gushu and Buke, Ferris and Dropkin have blanked the first two ends. So no score in that one. And of course, Glenn Howard, speaking of Olympic trials, was unsuccessful in his bid to get a direct entry to the Olympic trials. And so his team will be in the pre-trials at the end of this month in Liverpool, Nova Scotia. As we know, there'll be 14 men's and 14 ladies teams in those events trying to compete for the final 2 spots at the Olympic trials in Saskatoon in November.
Whoa. Clean it up. Clean it up. Whoa, whoa, just clean. Yep. Just clean. Just whoa. Shot.
Get a nice little outside cable cam view there. That's kind of the perfect shot for that as we get to see the sweepers come down the ice. Of course, the cable cam brought to you by Runback, the official curling apparel of curling.com. So Team Shuster yet to really get on track here. Gave up 2 in the first, and in the second and the third, they just haven't really been able to maximize having the hammer. This was John Shuster's intern that's been giving him a little bit of trouble. And once again, he puts this one out a little bit wide and rolls out. So might be something that John will be looking to clean up over the next few weeks before the mixed doubles trials. But you can tell by the look on his face there, just not feeling super comfy with that intern right now. And this is something we've seen all week here at the Oakville Curling Club. This ice running very similar to arena ice, where if you're a little bit positive on your release, you can sometimes just get it going and it won't come back if you set it out at all, if you're a little positive on that release. And we've seen that a couple times now from John Shuster, so
That's not curled at all.
we'll keep an eye on that as the game goes on.
Right back, right back. Should be pretty there.
Over on sheet 1, we finally have some points on the board. John Shuster's fellow Americans, the Young Bucks, Corey Dropkin dropping a 2 on Pat Ferris. So Dropkin leads that one 2-0. Ferris with the hammer. They're playing the 4th. They're the first team out here to get to the 4th end. But we'll be there shortly too as we're looking for a blank. John Shuster, his final stone here in the 3rd. And that in turn looking like no problem for John as he makes that easily. And so the score remains the same. It's a 2-0 lead for Team Glenn Howard, but John Shuster will retain the hammer when we come back with 4th end coverage live from Oakville. You're watching curling.com.
I'm a little bit of a nerd when it comes to landscaping. I've studied soil down to the microbes. It's that level of detail I bring to my work and to my business. Straight lines and a healthy ecosystem is what I'm all about.
Hello, folks. Welcome back to continuing coverage of the Stu Cells Toronto Tankard. John Cullen with you here covering the men's quarterfinal. Glenn Howard against John Shuster, and I have a sudden craving for honey.
Whoa, whoa. Really heavy. Whoa. Save a bit, I guess. Got the nose, you got nose. Hair left.
And a corner guard slipped into the house, and so it's Team Glenn Howard lying to early on as John Shuster continuing to struggle here a little this morning. Something we've seen quite a bit here at the Oakville Curling Club, that coming off the center line it's quite fast. And sometimes you can get a little bit caught up in thinking the draw weight's a little bit slower than it is, and we've seen a lot of shots come heavy off the center line, and this one real nice from John Landsteiner.
Either or, I like. We were thinking this or this. Right here. Or choke off the, or that. Which is good. You want them. I kind of like this call. I do.
So David Mathers is going to try to beat John Shuster around this corner guard they just threw. Of course, Team Howard can't remove it yet because of the 5 rock rule, so they're going to try and choke John Shuster off, as they said. So they kind of want this one just top 12, top 8 around that corner
It's
guard.
all there. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Too much. Cannot be heavy. Too much.
Cannot be heavy. Go back here then. No, let it die, 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 let it die. Don't really want it there.
Matt,
So
wait a
again,
second,
we
wait
saw
a second.
another rock just a little bit quick
Yeah, I was trying to make sure one of those rocks are-
on Team Howard coming off of the center line, and tough to think of a worse spot for David Mathers to put this one, as it now will allow Matt Hamilton to freeze right to it.
Hold that, lots of room.
Little bump. 9.
Still too much room. Just let it grind and curl. I think you want to just let it grind and curl. It's bumping hard, so just let it keep grinding and curling and stopping here. All right, Matt.
Got it.
Grindin' and Curlin' and
Oh, you
Stoppin'
roll the
was one of
center.
my favorite Daft Punk songs. But unfortunately, that one doesn't do enough
Yeah,
of any of those
or
three
roll.
things, and it just rolls out into the open here.
Still like some weight.
I like staying though, Dave.
Firm.
You roll out, he's going right around. Okay, you roll out, he draws right around. What? No, I don't like that at all.
Half a rock hits this. Hit it thick. Firm.
Yeah.
So they just wanted to make sure they didn't end up in a spot where John Shuster would maybe be able to get on the offense here. That's what they were talking about. And it fully rolls out across the house. So Shuster will have another shot at the freeze here. Matt Hamilton with his second. And again, this is kind of what we've seen all morning. John Shuster having some opportunities to get going and just not being quite able to get the engine started. So we'll see if this could be the turning point for Matt Hamilton.
I like it.
Close to the line.
5-6.
Close to the line. Yep.
Still there.
Whoa.
Still there. 7-6.
Yep. Whoa. Whoa. Off. 15-3. Trying to right to the T line. So.
And again, just a little bit heavy. Neither team quite able to get the measure of this turn. That's not in a terrible spot though for John Shuster. I think they're shot.
Is that slash there?
Gonna hit it.
What's that? Oh.
You can have a look. I don't love it.
What do you like?
You have to hit it real thin.
Just freeze?
Yeah.
I got 15-5 on that, boys.
So they talked about maybe trying to just hit it thin enough that you could sort of double it out and take your yellow with it, but Glenn thought that shot was maybe a little too hard, so just having Scott freeze here.
Line's good.
And you heard the sweeper say they clocked Matt Hamilton's shot at 15.5, and that's behind the T line. So
Yep.
T line weight right now running like 15.75, which that's about as fast as you ever see club ice get.
Line is perfect. Line is absolutely perfect. Attaboy, Gomer.
And that's a really nice shot from Scott Howard. So Team Howard will be lying one, and it'll be up to Chris Plies to follow that one down. Over on sheet 7, just waiting for a score update here, but Inglis had stolen one in the second. So Inglis is up 2-0 on Irene Shorey. But it looks like they finished the third, so I'll get you a score update on that one when I can. And over on sheet 8, a big steal of 3. A 3-ball of knowledge for Lauren Mann in the third, so she has a commanding 4-0 lead over Shannon Jay. And that's a really nice spot for Chris Plies. So John Shuster lying one with hammer here, and a bulk of the play around this one corner guard all end.
Yeah. Okay.
Like, that's not awful.
Yeah, I'll just make it.
Yeah. Dave's ran like this.
So Scott Howard going to throw the big weight and try to make all the Reds go.
Yep. Whoa. Hard. Whoa. Hard. Whoa.
Make sure of it. Go, Davey. Go.
Hard, Dave.
And so that red won't go quite far enough, but it does look like Glenn Howard is sitting 2, possibly 3 without hammer. So very nice shot there from Scott Howard.
That's third. It's just back to the same place, guys.
So John thinks their third shot, which I tended to agree with him based on the overhead camera look.
Matt on my last one. Should just had Matt Carvin on my last one.
So looking for another freeze here is Chris Plies.
Little more room. Probably you, Matt. Lance, you're probably out.
Line's good.
Can't bounce on this line for sure. It looks like it's all here too, so. 15-8, it's all here, Matt. Whoa, off. Okay, you can go now if you need to. Go. Go now. All right, Chris, beauty.
So good shot from Chris Plies. Couple score updates for you and some other men's quarterfinal action. Brad Gushu putting another 2 on the board. So Gushu leads Buke 5-1. So looking in control does Gushu. And on the other side, sandwiching our feature game, Jason Gunlickson getting 2 back against John Epping. So a bit of a barn burner over there on sheet 4. Gunlickson leading 4-3, Epping with the hammer. They're playing the 4th. I think the only ladies game I haven't updated yet is Harrison and Duncan. They're tied at 1.
You think of what?
Holly Duncan has the hammer. They're playing the 4th end.
Only trying to bump it 3 inches. Okay. Yeah, I think you can hold it, eh?
So Glenn Howard just looking to come down to this John Shuster stone. Said he's looking to bump it a few inches. Needs to get to the corner of it and move it a little bit to get shot himself. So a little bit of a finesse shot in this tricky spot for Glenn Howard with his first here in the 4th.
Close, yep. Whoa. Right off.
Sweepers think it's a little bit heavy here.
You gotta go, really gotta go, Dave.
Heard Dave Mathers call back 12, and if it's back 12, that's going to be a problem.
Right to it. Spin the red.
And yep, just a little bit heavy for Glenn Howard. And now if you're John Shuster, you might even be able to make this double and lie 3.
I could overroll a little bit, then he's got 1 freeze,
Is
right?
3 over 4?
Yes. Yeah, this is if I make this, we're line 3. So
3's out counting 5 too.
yes, it is, yeah. So that is 3rd or 4th right now, so yeah. I mean, well, I don't want to roll that far. I'd like to just kind of stay. That's why I kind of just want to throw like. I mean, I kind of want to throw board, but I think we control. What do you think we have the angle to roll? Just a little roll.
Yeah, I mean, I like a solid board.
board.
Yeah, I like that.
This is kind of where, when you get out here, kind of just runs.
Okay.
So I think that should be enough. Nose is not the end of the world.
Yeah, definitely.
Because that double is going right in the pile. So
100%.
solid board. I'm going to try to throw like an 11. almost looks more natural through the other turn.
So John Shuster looking for a little board weight double.
Hard.
And if he makes it, he'll be lying 3. Matt Hamilton on it right away.
Whoa, whoa. Yep. Whoa, 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 whoa.
Looks close. And they just don't quite get it to curl enough.
I think perfect.
And that look tells the whole story for John Shuster. Just maybe sweeping it a little bit too much early, and Glenn Howard's lying 1.
Can I afford to bump it?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Same shot? Then he shouldn't be able to get that out, eh?
No, you weld it right here.
I think the same shot.
Okay.
Yep. Less ice? I can. You want to take a little less? Okay.
So Zach Marshall in the chat accurately correcting me. My apologies. On sheet 8, it is actually Shannon J that's up on Lauren Mann 4-0, not the other way around. Trying to cover all 8 sheets by yourself, not an easy task, so I apologize. But that is where we stand. So final stone here for Glenn Howard in the 4th. He's lying 1 and needs a little bit of a freeze tap here to secure the force.
Yep. Line's good. Yes. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Are you bumping what? Yep, yep. Whoa, then.
Whoa!
Whoa.
You got a curl.
This is a little more weight than even his last one.
We're playing the freeze, boys. I was.
It's still only for 3. That actually, yeah. So.
And so that's a mistake from Glenn Howard.
3.
A little too much weight, and you could hear there's maybe some miscommunication there that maybe Glenn thought he had a little bit more room to tap that than he did. But in any case,
I don't want it to go like normal, like thump.
Schuster's going to have a shot for 3 here.
Going firm. I think it's going to run wherever I put it with firm. It's not curling, so. Nice firm. Firm.
So final stone for John Shuster. Looking for a double for a tray.
Whoa! Whoa, Steiner! 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 God damn it.
And he won't get it, so a couple misses in a row from both skips, and Glenn Howard will end up stealing a single. They'll take a 3-0 lead into the 5th end. We'll be back right after this.
I'm a little bit of a nerd when it comes to landscaping. I've studied soil down to the microbes. It's that level of detail I bring to my work and to my business. Straight lines and a healthy ecosystem is what I'm all about.
Asham Curling Supply.
Superior fit, comfort, and performance. Asham curling shoes are the best we've ever used.
Hi folks, I'm Arnold Asham and our product is always satisfaction guaranteed or your money back.
Asham Curling Supplies.
That's your best delivery of the day.
Hello, folks, and welcome back. Continuing coverage of the Stu Cells Toronto Tankard live from Oakville, Ontario. Men's quarterfinal action. Team Glenn Howard against Team John Shuster. And halfway through the game, it's been a story of mistakes so far. Both skips giving the other skip an opportunity to get points and get in the game, and both teams with some misses. None bigger than John Shuster's on his last in the fourth. Had a relatively easy double for 3, and unfortunately came a little wide and stuck it, and it would end up being a steal of 1 for Glenn Howard. And so it is Glenn Howard leading John Shuster 3-0.
Yeah, 16-1.
Probably in again.
And John Landsteiner having trouble locating guard weight here, as that's the second end in a row he's put a corner guard into the house. As we said, that path coming off the center, very tricky. It's running faster by almost a half second at points compared to drawing to the middle.
Whoa. Whoa. Scott a bit. Scott. Man, that is an arrow. Good throw.
Don't worry about
Front of that one. 2.
Worked out good last
2 this time, Steiner.
Give it another run. Yeah.
Let's got a nice look at the run back cable cam there on that shot. And John Landsteiner will now be looking to put a corner guard up in front of that rock. Just thrown by Tim March.
I got there too. 2 or 3.
Chris, you're probably going to have to maybe go on this. Just want to kind of a little stagger on this side. So, yeah, go ahead. All right, let's go. How do I, Lancer? Good.
He's just, the problem is I told him, it's like he's just stabbing the living shit out of everything.
You want to go tight?
Yeah.
Try and guard that
So
side.
just for those of you who are listening at home, if you're scared of what Chris Plies just said, John Shuster's not physically stabbing anyone or anything. He just means that his release is a little bit, when we say a release is stabby, it just means that it's a little bit positive, that when you're letting it go, you're just a little bit too firm with your hand that's letting it go. And as I said earlier, this ice has shown,
Just bite the line.
this is my second event here covering curling at Oakville, and this ice has really shown that if you're like that on your release, if you're a little bit positive, or in Chris Plies' vernacular, a little stabby, it's very difficult to get the rock to do what you want to do. It tends to stay in a straight
Try to
line
move it a little bit
when
too,
you
I
do
guess.
that.
Like intern, then that way we can try to use
Just
it
like
later.
T-line. We go this way too, actually.
I think that's better.
That way that goes under. Yeah, it's just, freeze is great, Matt.
So close. 5, 6.
Room, lots of room.
Little bounce.
We go around it?
Yeah.
Or how close? Yep.
All right.
Yep. Hard. All right, Crisco.
So looking for the freeze. They come just a little bit heavy, but that's not a bad spot for John Shuster.
Draw? You'll make it, Dave. Do you hate on top of the yellow? Dave was saying it just looks hard because he papered this, right?
There's room.
Yeah.
What do you want to do? You don't want to, that's not good.
No, I know.
What are you thinking?
It's there. It just.
You just threw it.
I know.
Yeah. So what else you want to do then?
The only shot's going top.
Well, that would be good. If you could ever get it right there, the out turn comes in here, you line it right
They're
up,
in
that's
trouble.
money.
Yeah.
Sure. You like that better?
That's where he's going.
Okay?
Isn't he going there?
Probably. But then we're sitting 2.
Yeah, if we make this, he's almost got to run it now.
It's 6-1. This is definitely harder.
I think that's a better result, though.
This is a better result.
Yeah.
Well, both are. Both are good. You lock it there, I'm happy. You lock it there, I'm happy. That might be better.
That's better. Just wood turn.
Thought of that too, but then he goes there, Tim.
He goes there, we're in trouble.
Let's go here.
I like this call, boys.
Let's go here.
It's an easier shot, better result.
So from the hack, David Mathers just thought that maybe freezing on this back red was pretty tough. Just trying to navigate the port there. And
Just
so
a
they
couple feet, maybe.
came down and asked Glenn if he maybe thought that the freeze on the top yellow was a bit better. And they agreed that it was. So David Mathers going to throw the out turn instead, just looking to freeze on top of his own yellow shot stone. Haven't seen this turn yet, so.
Line's good.
Wait. Line only.
Right.
4.
Yep.
See?
Yep.
Line only.
Yep. Whoa.
T.
Real close.
Wait's good.
Scott, right to it.
They
Scott,
need to
right
get
you
this
gotta go
there.
Right to it. It's lined perfect.
They need to get this there, and they do. Fantastic shot from David Mathers. Couldn't walk it down there any better. And so now it's team Glenn Howard lying 2 and up 3 without hammer.
This, I don't know.
I like the corner freeze.
Yeah. Still like that, huh?
Well, it'll help drag the second
Yeah.
one.
It's fine.
All right, Matty.
Over on sheet 8, Lauren Mann with another unfortunate miss, and it's Shannon J putting another 2 up on the board. So Shannon J leading that ladies quarterfinal 6-0.
Hard! Gotta go, guys. Ooh, we might want to bounce this. Whoa.
So just a little light from Matt Hamilton. He was looking to get on top of those 2 yellows, and it's Glenn Howard in control.
Love to nose it. No. Yeah. Probably intern. Oh yeah, you're like halfway.
Room. Okay. Line's good. Never Dave. Over and off.
No, line's perfect.
Clean it.
You actually can go here. Yep.
Dave a bit.
Hard,
Dave. Whoa. Shooting, boys.
So nice guard from Scott Howard, and Team Glenn Howard maybe smelling
really
blood in the water here a little bit.
This is as bad as it could be right now. I mean, this can stick it, I guess, is the only good part about it. But this is probably sitting right in front of you, and they're still going to be shot.
And if we get a little lucky, I mean, there's a few things that can happen.
Yeah, you could actually get both those yellows if you hit it perfect.
Yeah.
Like if it hits perfect.
And if it does this too, like.
And that's the other thing. You could also do this, Chris. And then maybe springs a little bit.
Yeah.
And maybe this springs a little bit. Like.
Yeah.
Then you don't have that. I mean.
Yeah.
You just.
I mean, we're probably gonna open it up a little bit anyways. They're gonna throw another guard.
So which one do you want? Which one do you
I
thinking?
like this one.
All right. It's the fuzz inside a nose, huh?
To the red.
So just not a lot of great options here for John Shuster. That high guard from Scott Howard in a really good spot.
He's in the top 8 footers.
And so they're just trying to decide how best to mitigate the damage here is Team Shuster. So Chris Ply is going to try and get the front of this house open.
Whoa. Let it be. Probably this one. So.
Nasty.
And Chris Ply has called his own shot nasty, and it's
Same shot.
just sort of looking like that. I mean, obviously
Save. Yep.
a good throw, but just missing everything. And unfortunately now those two guards are staggered for Team Glenn Howard, and they're lying too. And this is going to be a long way back for John Shuster in this end.
Less. A little more room. Easy, Dave. Easy, Dave. Yeah, you can go, Dave.
And just an update on the score
A little bit, Dave. Whoa.
between Shannon J and Lauren Mann. It was actually a steal of 4 for Shannon J, a 4-ball of knowledge.
Pretty much knows.
So that's an 8-0 lead for Shannon J. They're playing the 5th, Lauren Mann with hammer. John Epping pulled 2 back on Jason Gunlickson. So Epping up 5-4 in that one. Gunlickson with the hammer. They're playing 5.
Chris, too. Chris, come on down.
And Team Schuster's going to take a look at this.
This now. Yeah, look at. Like, we can definitely send this in here and get action into here.
I'm not totally sure it's bouncing that hard. I think at best come up this.
Well, there's a place to hit it where this hits thicker and at least goes spinning in this direction.
Yeah, for sure. It
So,
looks like it's,
but the question is, like,
It's like nose.
I think it's not too far off a nose, like an inch high.
I like an inch high, maybe just over this line.
But we gotta move. We gotta lose my shooter, right?
Shooter's gonna go to here. This one probably spins.
This one should at least come spinning this direction.
Yeah, the shooter. We just gotta make sure it gets to like here.
Right, so I have something to run too, right? Like,
Yeah.
I think you're right, John. I think
it's just that I think it's probably if we get up like just like center line, like edge of rock, just center line.
The thing is, we can't get too far high.
It's going right under it. But if it jams our back one, at least probably I'll count the stop one. And could not line it. No, I didn't. Okay. Yeah. I don't think. No, I think nose is no good.
Yeah,
I think it
think
has to
nose
be high at
helps us, though.
somewhere high.
No, right. Sliver high.
I'm not saying you can hit half rock, but I'm saying like.
Yeah.
Like hard?
What?
Like pretty hard?
Yeah, I think you throw peel because I want this thing spinning and making something move.
So what they're talking about here is with Scott Howard's guard just not quite curling enough to cover that yellow. John Shuster thinks that if they nose this or just hit this yellow off of nose, it'll send the red careening into that yellow in the top 12, and then we'll spin into the button. Maybe not for shot, but we'll get some of those yellows in the button moving. So key shot here for Chris Plies.
Yeah.
Yep, gotta go.
Whoa.
And Chris Plies gets that one a little bit tight. And Team Schuster in a world of hurt here.
I think you guard it again. Because if you make it next time, you just boom.
How scary is this? It could be good for them. If he rattles this around, he's in good shape. Problem is, I don't know what else to
Everything's
do.
gone though, and it's all in the house. You could peel it.
I could go there. Yeah, I could go back.
You go right there. He stuffs it. You can sit 2. That's hard to do, Dave. You papered that guard.
Actually, look at this. Don't look at this corner right there.
Yeah.
Dave. On his first one, though.
Well, you could play this.
I'm starting to think the guard's not the call.
You guard it nuts. It's taking this, so he's only gonna sit 1.
Should take this. Oh, not awful.
I said that 2 minutes ago.
What, peel it?
Yeah.
Oh,
And if you get it thin, you can take the yellow with it.
I don't mind that.
Like, he freezes in here. It's not great for him. It's probably the call.
I'm taking that with it, though. Yeah.
Yeah, like you said, you guard it.
Okay.
He makes something good. Yeah, it's
Feel
really
it.
hard, but it's there. It's really hard. Yeah.
Hey? Yep.
So Glenn sort of agreeing that this red is a bit of a trouble stone and that Shuster might be able to spin it in like he was trying on his last. So he's just trying to make the red go away.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Dave, a bit. Dave, touch the red. Touch the red.
Oh, no. Is that red one in?
It's in.
I don't think they saw that coming.
I think we got to play this to nut it.
Yeah, I think so too.
I think we got to play the run to here. Obviously, stuffing that one is better than hit. No, they're going to be shot rock. Yeah, how are we scoring? I mean, Matt, if I absolutely nut this and you're dead buried, he's throwing the run against giving up 3.
Yeah.
I think this is the play all day because I don't think this rock's ever scored. So we may as well use it to our advantage. And I think.
Like firm?
What's that?
I'm firm?
Yeah. I mean, I don't want it to go springing off there either, but.
Or normal?
I like firm. Pretty tough. You gotta
So
hit him
Glenn
at the same
Howard
time
opening
to
up
miss
the
back.
door for John
It's not gonna
Shuster.
climb, but firm's the weight. Even if you dead scuff this, Chris. Just
Had
stuff
his
it.
rocks
I mean,
in a pretty awesome position and just got a little unlucky on his peel attempt. And so John Shuster now does have a chance for a run back double to possibly lie 2.
Okay. Yeah, firm's good. I just. Got it. Hit like an inch less than what I can see, right? Okay. All right, boys, let's make this thing good. I'm kind of due.
So John Shuster looking for a run back double. And if he makes it perfect, could be lying 2.
Whoa. 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 Go ahead. Right on that one, at least.
It's good.
And not a bad result for Shuster. Doesn't quite get right into the pocket, but will roll on top of the Glenn Howard shot stone.
Got nothing here. You're going to give him that for 3.
That's not for 3.
Yeah? It's for 3.
Is that there?
Oh, for sure it is. What if you peeled this out?
Here's the shot.
What if you peeled this, boys? What's he got? Just a pick for 2? Yeah, you're right. That might be there. Is that there, Davey? Was hack?
Oh, I don't. Me throw that?
No.
Him.
No, you peel this out.
Well, we could try and play skinny. We could try and play skinny.
Actually, that's true. That's true.
You could
He's
make that
gotta-
double.
If I peel that, he's got a. I could try that.
That's
Could
pretty
try
good.
that.
That's, yeah, you nut that. Okay.
All right. What's this gonna do?
I don't mind intern and go right here.
Okay.
You like that?
Sure. I don't think it's gonna curl.
And so then I said,
Just not sure what this is gonna do. That's my only concern. In. Okay. Obviously thick's no very, not good. I think so. A little thinner.
So Glenn Howard looking for a
Yep.
little bit of an unconventional double off of his own and onto the Shuster stone.
Whoa. Dave, 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 Dave. Wow. Keep going, keep going, keep going, keep going.
And he will get it, but he loses his own out the back.
I don't know why he was sweeping.
I don't know that. I'm not sure you can make that for two. If it's curling by the guard, but is it going to curl by the guard with any weight that we can throw?
Can we play this?
I don't know, Chris. I'm not sure we can chisel that enough. I think this is as makeable. I think I just kind of have to throw a soft handle. I have to throw like natural like here, and we kind of have to get it out there and just hope it goes in there. Don't you think? I think it is too. So, I mean, I'm going to throw a hack. I'm going to try not to spin this very much. Maybe even just a little more, Chris. Okay.
So Shuster himself not necessarily convinced that this shot is here for two. But they're also running out of time. You know, you'd love to try to score two here. So the plan is to throw hack and then maybe hope that they can just get it by the guard and finish it enough to get two. The shot is there, certainly there for one. And we'll see if John Shuster can get it there for two. Final stone in the fifth. Facing one and is going to need a peach here to get two.
Go ahead,
Snyder! Snyder! Forget it.
Okay.
And he might have chapped his own in for one. They're going to take a look at it here.
Looks like yellow to me. By a bit, eh?
And so it is a steal of one. John Shuster just unable to get the Rocks to do what he wants so far today, and it's a 4-0 lead for Glenn Howard. We'll be back with the sixth end here from the Oakville Curling Club right after this.
Asham Curling Supply.
Superior fit, comfort, and performance. Asham curling shoes are the best we've ever used.
Hi folks, I'm Arnold Asham, and our product is always satisfaction guaranteed or your money back.
Asham Curling Supplies.
That's your best delivery of the day.
I'm a little bit of a nerd when it comes to landscaping. I've studied soil down to the microbes. It's that level of detail I bring to my work and to my business. Straight lines and a healthy ecosystem is what I'm all about.
One.
So hello folks, welcome back to the Stu Sells Toronto Tankard. You're watching men's quarterfinal action. Team John Shuster against Team Glenn Howard. And it's been all one-way traffic so far. Glenn Howard with a 4-0 lead over John Shuster. And it's just been a case of missed shots so far for John. He's had opportunities to get himself back in the game and just hasn't quite been able to find the form we're used to seeing this morning. And, of course, Team Glenn Howard, full value for their 4 points, playing very well, and particularly that last end, putting a ton of pressure on Shuster. So we'll see if they can keep it going here this morning. Of course, the winner here will move on to semifinal action. That's taking place at noon Eastern Time, 9 a.m. Pacific. Curling.com will have continuing coverage of the playoffs here from the Toronto Tankard all day. We'll have the women's semifinal for you at noon, and then the men's final for you at 3 p.m. Eastern Time, 3:30 p.m. Eastern Time, pardon me.
It's going to be light of it. Yeah, a little soft grab.
Good throw, Tim.
I think you can freeze it, as long as they can't get rid of it.
It's close, huh?
So taking a look at some of the other games, Corey Dropkin, John Shuster's American counterpart, looking very strong against Pat Ferris so far. They have a 4-1 lead over Pat Ferris of Grimsby, Ontario. Ferris has the hammer. They're playing the 6th. Right beside our feature sheet, Brad Gushu facing off against Kingston's John Buke. And it is Buke getting 2 back in the 5th end. So Brad Gushu will have a 6-3 lead with the hammer, playing 6. And in the final men's quarterfinal, it's Jason Gunlickson and John Epping knotted at 5. Epping has the hammer and they're playing 6. And in ladies' quarterfinal action, Holly Duncan, the first to get a steal on the board. They lead Jacqueline Harrison 3-1. Harrison with the hammer playing 6. Mackenzie Zacharias also with a steal, this one against Carrie Galusha. So it's Mackenzie Zacharias, Max Zach in the attack, leading 3-1 over Galusha. Galusha has the hammer. They're playing 5. Right in front of me, Danielle Inglis just making a really nice draw for her 1 against Irene Shorey. So Inglis will take a 3-1 lead into the 6th in that one. Shorey will have hammer. And on sheet 8, we have our first exchange of gratitude. Shannon Jay overwhelming Lauren Mann this morning with an 8-0 victory. So Shannon Jay is our first team that's into the women's semifinals here in Oakville.
So it lines up into the pockets. I think we're just trying to push this to here.
So now back to our feature game, and John Shuster just looking to move these angles around here. Matt Hamilton, the flow looking strong as always. Between Hamilton and Chris Plies, they're starting to look a little bit more like a Canadian hockey team out here, which I appreciate.
Yeah, go ahead, keep going.
Couple nice salads there.
Okay, stay under. That way. Good.
I don't like this.
What's that? You peel this and they get one in there.
Awesome. What about this? I can't see a lot of. What about just rip this? Catch that.
It's not easy.
It's dangerous.
Taper this guard. Or do you just draw one in there? Yeah, you can't peel.
What is this stupid running into there? Just trying to get rid of some shit?
It's
He
not
goes
great.
there.
They're dead.
Or taps that in there.
No, he just draws right in here, doesn't he?
Peeling the center's never a bad thing.
No.
I don't see, other than a great shot, I think would be this. That's really hard.
This isn't the best possible spot they can have a guard right now, so let him try to replace it.
Sure. Yeah, that's good.
So after taking a look, Howard deciding on the peel, and sometimes when you're up 4, that's just the best thing to do. And David Mathers makes no mistake. So Schuster's going to have to make some sense of this house here. Got to think they got to score at least 2 in this end to get back in the game.
Wiggle to freeze, push here.
Love that.
As long as it gets inside of this, it's all good things. So, I mean, you're thinking like, clean. Yep. Hard. Wow.
This one really looks like it's curling.
Whoa, Chris.
Landsteiner on it right out of Matt Hamilton's hands. And it does indeed over curl, but 3 reds in the house now, so Schuster might be able to make something happen with those.
Okay. 2/3, 3/4, pretty thick.
Just
Into there's not bad either.
looked like maybe Matt Hamilton got that one started a little bit. It just seemed like it came right over the center line out of his hand.
Get off the yellow too.
Yeah.
I don't see anything else. You gonna take that one?
Yep.
Maybe we just play that.
Yeah, it's not bad. Because if I throw a bomb, I might miss that.
Do you think it's there?
Fucking hard.
You could probably get. Do you think it's there? If it's there, I think we play it.
Yeah, even if I come into here.
Yeah. Which turn?
Just a waste of $10 there for Glenn Howard. Should only be using those swears up when you're mad, Glenn. Of course, any curler that swears on Mike personally owes me a $10 bill. Will not accept payment with credit or debit. Has to be cash.
Yeah.
And I believe after this one, both Glenn and John will owe me a few dollars. But Scott Howard now looking to double out these reds.
Yep. Hard, Tim.
Tim March on it right away. Will he get it over there? He will.
Good.
The red doesn't quite go out, but it is Team Glenn Howard sitting 4 without hammer here in the 6th.
But it stays frozen is the good part. Like it freezes to a good spot. But no, you can just go like this and move this.
Yeah.
And then they probably just peel this top one. Are we okay with that? Like right now, that's the only thing about hitting this rock is it makes that one way easier to get rid of. But right now he can smash this probably and it goes, well.
Could just play the roll.
Well, just the roll, just to freeze there, yeah.
Because then this is there. If he peels this.
Right.
But this is going to be harder.
I think we want to move it a little bit. Well, but if we move it too far, it should be frozen, but he could still probably hit it high side and lose it. That's the only thing. Right. That's whereas I think it might be the roll, just a wiggle would be ideal.
I think that's perfect.
Right.
Move this 6 inches,
Like a foot's too far, and I think honestly, as long as it moves to here, it's good. But then this might just be a pocket into here too. You know what I mean? But then it should come in here, but it might just be a little too high where it still springs.
Could we ever tap this?
I don't think. No. I mean, we could.
he just does the free double.
That's fine. We're trying to figure out a way through 3. We don't need to try. You know what I mean?
Trying to make a way for them to be precise.
But we're sooner or later we're gonna have to start getting rid of rocks. Is the thing.
Yeah.
And right now we're running out of them. So.
Yeah.
I think that's right too.
Okay.
And honestly, even if it moves that far enough, let them try to make.
Just like good heavy board.
No, I was thinking, Chris, about throwing like, because you got to roll pretty flat to even hit this one first. I was thinking normal. Matt, you think normal? Okay.
I just think the shooter's way more important than moving those ones around.
Right, the shooter's going to stay no matter what if you get inside.
Yeah.
So a bit of chatter here because this is not really a positioning of stones you expect. This is a weird sort of arrow-shaped collection of stones here. So Shuster trying to best figure out what the right option is, and they've decided on a hit and roll. I think the most important thing here is for Chris Plies to get across and just nudge that yellow on the right. And he will do just that. So nice shot from Chris Plies. It's still Glenn Howard lying 2.
Does that go?
Where do you leave this? Where do you hit this?
Can I do this? That's gone.
Oh, that might go.
If I hit anything in that yellow, it's gone.
Okay. Even you roll the side of it too. Okay. That's not, yeah, you're not going to hit a lot of that yellow, but get that out of the way. It'd be nice. Bomb it. Which turn do you like? Out's flatter.
So Scott Howard looking to bomb it, as Glenn said, and move their own yellow off of the 4-foot. David Mathers on it right away, though. And that will completely overcurl the face of the rock. He was trying to roll in there, so maybe an opportunity for John Shuster here to get some stuff moved around and in a good position to score.
Stay in front of the 2 of them.
Yeah.
But sooner or later, we're going to have to get rid of this one, and now we're building our way out of the house is the issue, too, though. No, I know. Yeah, you just roll in.
Yeah.
Probably leave them like, we don't want to kill this one, though, right? This one, we want it just stay here. Like, not roll in, right?
Yeah.
So I think you're rolling in, you throwing control again? Oh, control, I mean, you only got to roll to there to get in the house. Control should roll in. Or do you want to throw board?
The roll looks easier to me with board.
Okay, board it is. I just want to make sure this goes.
Yeah.
It should go.
That'll go with board.
You're just trying to dead nut this.
Yeah. Don't you think the roll is easier with board? Yeah.
Like if we're only trying to kill one,
Yeah.
why throw anything?
Yeah.
You run this roll because we're trying to get that lucky spin to get a biter, okay?
Spin
it in there for me, son.
You like that for broom?
So they're just trying to play board weight here. Hit the red onto these 2 yellows, get rid of the back yellow, and roll the shooter into the 12-foot. Sometimes the best way to score a big multiple is just to stack points, or sorry, stack stones in the rings. That's what they're trying to do here.
Whoa, close. Yep, hard, Matt, hard of the roll, center, hard of the roll.
Need this one to get out the back. And it will. Great sweeping by John Shuster, and all of a sudden, Team Shuster lying 3 in the house.
Bomb this right in the nose.
Glenn Howard is shot, though.
I think so. It's all gone. You got to throw it pretty hard to get this one, right?
Yeah. It should go pretty easy.
Yeah, it should go easy.
Right in the nose. Okay,
Yep.
in turn.
So Glenn Howard spotting a quad here.
What's that? Oh, yeah.
Give me 3, Timber. Yeah.
Whoa. Dave a bit. Right to it.
And so he actually manages to save his back one as well. So didn't even have to make the quad. Just an easy triple gets rid of both of the reds, and it's Team Glenn Howard lying 2 without hammer.
Board.
Okay.
Let's make a good one.
Yep. Yep. Whoa.
So John Shuster just looking to get rid of Shot Stone here. Needs to stick around, and he will.
Okay.
Well, this could be the triple. Knows it, eh?
No, well, he can make it now. You roll, he can't, right? You knows this, he can make this and roll on.
True.
You make it here.
Okay. Anywhere this way.
So just trying to find the right spot to put it so that John Shuster
really
can't
close.
make a double for two.
It actually might be that. It's really close. I think he has to roll. He has to roll this one.
Yeah, it's dead on. I think he loses.
I agree.
Okay, let's try and roll in.
Yeah.
Normal?
Or do you want to leave him this one? Like that's harder than.
Don't
I
pick it.
think you do this. Just knows it. That's a harder double.
Normal.
Okay.
It's tough. If I go dead buried and he makes the double on the nose, he might be second. But if this is a tough shot, a tougher double.
So they know that Shuster will have a double if they just nose this, but it's almost a little bit of bait because it's a pretty tough double, and they know that Shuster pretty much has to try it to get two. So it's a bit of a crafty call here from Glenn and Scott Howard, just looking to nose this.
Yep. 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 Hard. Oh, well, yeah. That's fine.
And they'll get a slight roll in. So the double will be there for John Shuster.
You did not touch ours and clear these two, right? So, like, is it control? Or do I got to throw?
Might be able to make it without having to worry about.
Right.
Yeah.
Just with normal?
As you heard, Shuster definitely can't touch his own
I think
top
normal's
red
fine.
there.
Yeah. No.
Yeah.
We're going across the face of it, too.
Okay.
Think normal's enough to not hit our rock and move it?
Yeah, I think so.
Center rock, yep.
So safe to say this is a shot that John Shuster has to have or the game might be over.
Yeah.
Looking for a double and roll in for two. Not easy. But at this level of curling, nothing ever is. So final stone. John Shuster needs this double to keep his hopes alive.
Close. Yep. Whoa. Close. Yep.
Will it go? Will it go? It will not. So that is all an exchange of gratitude between John Shuster and Glenn Howard. Shuster just never quite getting things going today, and Glenn Howard full value for the victory. It's on the board 5-0. So Glenn Howard will move on to the Stu Sells Toronto Tankard semifinals. We will have live semifinal coverage of the women's draw coming up on curling.com, sportsnet.ca, and World Curling TV starting at 12 p.m. Eastern, 9 a.m. Pacific. So be sure to join us back here for that one. Thanks for joining us this morning. We'll see you then. Goodbye.